Hey there and welcome to another Day Does. Today we are checking out a band called Penunggu and the song is Budak Rangka. This was a request by someone on a live stream about 6 months ago. Unfortunately, it's only just now got round to checking it out. This is a Malaysian band, so yeah, happy to check it out. I haven't done any Malaysian bands for a while, so it should be fun to do. Now, if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like, share. Remember, there is no pausing, there is no talking during the video, and I'll share thoughts and feelings at the end. Let's do this. Count it in. 3, 2, 1, go!
Membuka hijabnya, ternyata iblis kawannya. Tidak tunduk kepada binasa, terus menguruskan senjata. Darah tumpah di bumi, bencana Budak Rangka, raja seluruh. Membuka hijabnya, ternyata iblis kawannya. Tidak tunduk kepada binasa, terus menguruskan senjata. Darah tumpah di bumi, bencana Budak Rangka, raja seluruh.
Kau masuk Ari. Kau tepi lagi. Okey.
Orang pernah ramai.
Lagi dekat. Orang ramai. Tak payah dah jalan-jalan. Tadi ada budak tu. Dia minat main Dia licin. 40 sen kan take 2. Okey.
Ni jauh benar. Kalau background pula lain.
Okay, there we go. That was Penunggu and Budak Rangka. Okay, so the song itself was a good song. I actually liked what the song was doing. It's got kind of a 80s thrash death metal-y kind of vibe to it, but basically, yeah, it kind of reminded me of some of the early, well, mid-80s Sepultura, with also some of the more kind of classic thrash metal bands that were coming out around that sort of time. I think the song quality, the mix and recording quality, it was kind of like a good demo. There was some definite things you could hear. I initially thought that the whole thing was maybe recorded with them all playing in the same room, with the exception of vocals, but having a quick look at the description in the video, so the drums were recorded separately, vocals separately, guitars and bass were recorded at home studio, which kind of in one way makes sense, but there is a few things in there that didn't quite make sense. A couple of the guitar sounds were a bit odd. They didn't quite balance, or they didn't really mix well with the song. And the early part, the main rhythm guitar doesn't really sound great at certain points in the early part of the song, which is odd. If you've got a home studio, you have a bit more time to work on that sound. The drums were well played, lots of high energy, which is good, but you could definitely hear sloppiness in the playing, it was mixed by a guy in Finland, and the mix sounds a little bit muddy. Now that may be an intentional thing just to kind of clear up some errors. Sometimes they try and muddy the mix a little bit so it doesn't stand out as much, but you can hear it on the double kick. The double kick is not a clean sound, and you can hear some tempo variation because there's a lot going on. Now, I don't want to take away from the drummer, because obviously the drummer's put a lot of work into there, but having been in a recording studio and having gone in there and not being ready to record myself and trying to play it and playing it sloppily and being told, go away, go take the next couple of weeks and come back in 2 weeks once you've sorted your crap out, and that's what happened to me. And I had to go away and practice until I got those songs tight as anything, and I could hit that metronome dead on and then come back and record. And even then we still had to drop in some bits which were not great, and we spent several weeks in the studio recording stuff. And this feels to me like this was a case of record the drums, that was the best of a whole take. It does sound like it was probably played to a click track, because its tempo was pretty well controlled. Vocals had a good sound. I thought his vocal voice was really good. His style of singing was very good. And his actual recording in the studio, his vocal tone coming through was very good. It's just a shame that they then only did the guitars and bass at home, because they were the weaker sounding ones. There were certain parts of the lead guitar tone at certain points was quite nice. But I guess that's a budgeting concern, and that's always the issue. Doing budgets, if you haven't got the money, then you have to come up with what you can do nowadays. And I'm surprised they didn't go down the route of maybe doing digital drums, with the cost of electronic drums being about the same now as you can buy for an acoustic drum kit. And if you're going to record home guitars, drum software, drum emulation wouldn't be far pushed, and you get the option to do the mixing yourself and mess around with the sounds a little bit more. And you can also fix any sloppy errors through the quantizing issues. So there are ways around it with electronic kits, and it's apart from playing live, it is a useful tool to have as the electronic kit for home studio. So, but apart from that, yeah, Penunggu, I liked the band. I'd like to hear more of them, but I'd like to hear a bit more of a polished sound, just to get a bit more of an idea of, once it's all crisp and clean, does it give you that weight and sound that you'd like? But we'll wait and see in the future. Now, if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like and share, and that of course is how Dave does it.